Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. History of Cape Verde. Cape Verde or Cabo Verde is an island country in the Central Atlantic Ocean in the West African region. It is made up of 10 volcanic islands with a combined land area of about 4,033 square kilometers. The capital, Praia, is on Santiago Island. Its population is about 550,000. Most Cape Verdeans have both Portuguese and African ancestry, and they make up the largest ethnic group known as Creole and Mulatto. They account for about 71% of the population. The largest minority ethnic group comprised Africans with ethnic roots like the Mandyako, Fulani and Balante. They are about 28% of the population. Portuguese and other Europeans make up the rest of the population. The official language of Cape Verde is Portuguese. Cape Verdean Creole is a widely spoken language, being the mother tongue of virtually all the citizens. The language has been gaining prestige since the nation's independence from Portugal. Approximately 95% of Cape Verde's population is Christian, with 85% being Roman Catholic. A small minority of the population practice a mix of Catholicism and African traditions. There is a very small Muslim community and an even smaller atheist community, which is less than 1% of the population. The islands that make up Cape Verde were uninhabited until the 15th century, when Portuguese explorers discovered them. The Portuguese then brought slaves from the West African coast, and the island became a busy hub in the transatlantic slave trade. Slavery continued in Cape Verde until around 1867, when it ended. The end of the slave trade in the 19th century caused an economic crisis, and the once prosperous island began to struggle. However, the natural harbors in the island, especially that of Mindelo, made it an important commercial center during the 19th century, and this led to a gradual economic recovery. It is interesting to note that Cape Verde was the first stop of Charles Darwin in his exploration voyage with HMS Beagle in 1832. In 1956, Amilcar Cabral, along with a group of fellow Cape Verdeans and Guineans, secretly established the African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, PAIGC. The party demanded better economic, social and political conditions for Cape Verde and Portuguese Guinea, that is, Guinea-Bissau. This party and its demands formed the basis of the two nations' independence movement. In 1961, the PAIGC from its headquarters in Conakry began an armed rebellion against Portugal. Acts of sabotage on important facilities eventually grew into a full-blown war in Portuguese Guinea. Following the April 1974 revolution in Portugal, the Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, PAIGC, which had been fighting for Cape Verde's independence, intensified its efforts. In December 1974, Cape Verde became autonomous and finally gained full independence on the 5th of July 1975, with Aristides Maria Pereira becoming the first president of the country. Pereira ruled the country as a one-party state until 1991, when the nation's first multi-party elections were held. Antonio Mascarenhas Monteiro from the opposition emerged the winner and became the next president. He was returned to office in the 1996 elections. From 2001 to 2011, it was Pedro Pires who was president. Pires had earlier served as prime minister from 1975 to 1991. Jorge Carlos Fonseca, a law professor, succeeded Pires as president in 2011. Fonseca was re-elected in 2016 for another 5-year term. The economy of Cape Verde is based on services, with transport, commerce, and public services accounting for more than 70% of GDP. Agriculture and fishing contribute only 9% to the GDP. Cape Verdeans living abroad contribute up to 20% to the GDP through remittances. In spite of having very limited natural resources, Cape Verde has the highest living standards in the region. Its GDP in 2019 was $4.3 billion with a per capita income of about $7,280. The country has a special relationship with its neighbor, Guinea-Bissau. Both countries actually fought for independence together and hoped to be one unified nation after independence. But that did not happen due to a conflict between them, and that has since been resolved, and their relationship has been very cordial. The island country cooperates with many states, and Angola, Brazil, China, Germany, Luxembourg, the United States, and several other countries maintain embassies in the capital, Praia. Music is a big deal in Cape Verde, and it is seen and expressed through events such as the Carnival of Mindelo. Cape Verdean music infuses influences of African, Portuguese, and Brazilian origins. The Mona is the island's typical music genre. It is a lyrical song form which is usually sung in Cape Verdean Creole. There are also the Coladeira, Funana, and Batuque music genres. Cesaria Evora was the most popular Cape Verdean singer in the world. She was called the Barefoot Diva because she liked performing on stage barefooted. Antonio Vicente Lopez was another exponent of the island's traditional music. He is better known as Ildo Lobo. Some other artists who were born to Cape Verdean parents and have excelled in their trade include jazz pianist Horace Silver, Paul Pena, Paul Gonsalves, who was Duke Ellington's saxophonist, and the Tavares brothers. The country's most successful sports team is the national basketball team. The team won the bronze medal at the FIBA African Championship in 2007, beating Egypt in its last game. The country's most notable basketball player is Walter Tavares, who plays for Real Madrid of Spain. Cape Verde is also famous for kiteboarding and wave sailing, which is a type of windsurfing. Cape Verdean Mitu Monteiro was the 2008 kitesurfing world champion in the wave discipline. The country also boasts of several beautiful beaches and resorts that attract tourists. They include the Santa Maria Beach in the island of Sal and the Chavez Beach in Boa Vista Island. The Pedra do Lume salt crater, which is an old salt mine in Sal, is also an attraction. There is also the Blue Eye, which is a natural pool with turquoise waters, also in Sal Island. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.